I thought it was interesting that he used the wings of the ants, as opposed to the ants that we spent the rest of the movie with, who are just your normal flightless ants. The wings became a metaphor for humans that like were exposed to knowledge of
their
God.
Innocence,
Purity. Yeah, it was interesting.
And they showed wings being pulled off an ant, which, you know, people kill bugs all day, every day.
Yes.
But whenever you see something like that up close, it's somehow like really brutal.
Don't show it to PETA.
Right. No, that was very interesting. Yeah, in a sequence, we'll go into a little bit more about why this happens, but when God does decide to punish the winged ants for their sin, he literally does like just rip the wings off them one by one. And yeah, I found it very disturbing to see, even though I had the same thought process as you. I was like, yeah, people step on ants fucking all day, but very, very brutal. And interesting and kind of rare to see depicted on film. It's just something that's not done nearly as much now, even if it's an animal that isn't that charismatic, that people don't really care much about, you know?
Isn't there that lady that steps on scorpions on TikTok or something?
Oh, there's that one TikTok channel that I like, which is like, she doesn't just there's this like shoes TikTok channel that I'm really into. The name of the channel is like Shoes 538 or some like completely just like random like thing. And it's like this person who like, it's like they're always these like different expensive sneakers, and different things happen to the sneakers. Like sometimes they put like bubbling foam inside, like wet bubbling foam inside the sneaker, and the person like puts their foot into it, and there's like nearby the sneakers there'll be like a scorpion. Like they don't step on the scorpion, but it's like sometimes like the water from the foam will like get the scorpions wet, or the shoes coming like dangerously near to the scorpions. And like I think it's about like the idea of like tactile and dangerous things like near the foot. Like I'm trying. I honestly don't know what the point of the channel is. I think it's a somewhat like fetishy or like tactile, like satisfying quote unquote thing, but it's very strange. It comes close to animal cruelty. Yeah, in a way. There's a lot of crawfish and scorpions and like
pinchy things.
Bugs, pinchy things. Yes, and sometimes the shoe comes dangerously close to like killing the crawfish, and I'm like, this is you don't see this anymore. You don't see real like animal cruelty, even like bug cruelty and things anymore. It's very strange.
You know, it reminded me of that Crispin Glover movie, What Is It? There's like, have either of you seen that?
No, I'm not familiar.
Well, Crispin Glover's a maniac, and his movies he's most passionate about, he will never allow to be transferred to digital. So the only way to see it is he shows up at the theater with the prince himself. Right. And that's how you can see him. But they're great. His movies are great. And in What Is It? There's a part where they show an extreme close-up of a slug being cut in half with a razor with just this horrible shrill shriek over it.
Oh, wow.
It's very powerful.
I imagine so.
I dated somebody who was in some sort of research lab where they would take slugs and put them on a little disc and spin them around really fast, and then they'd stop it and chop their heads off, and they'd be flashing lights at them the whole time.
What the fuck?
And I was like, what is going on in this guy's head that he's just like, okay, well, I guess this is my life. I get spun around for 30 seconds and a bunch of lights flashed at me, and then it stops. Oh, thank God it's over. And then I'm just decapitated.
Wow. Is that at least an allegory to glorify God and awaken people?
It really is just the human experience in a nutshell.
Also, are you telling me we're supposed to believe science when they're doing shit like this?
That's what I'm saying.
Point. We need to like withdraw funding for science immediately. Mm-hmm. This shit is too much.
Yeah, if you're
bring back
if you're
intuition.
Throwing raves for slugs to cut their heads off immediately after, you have too much funding.
Right. Death raves. Yeah. It's the equivalent of the fucking like Republicans seeing like the Mapplethorpe photos of people with like bullwhips in their ass and being like, we need to cut this out right away. That's like us learning about slug death raves that happen under scientific guidance. So yeah, we get a touch of minor animal cruelty in Antkeeper, but you know, I did think it was pretty powerful.